Welcome back to Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. My name is Tails Fyraga. And how about we go into that wind shrine we talked about earlier? In the last episode, we started up our quest, and in today's episode, we'll see where the wind blows. Over here to the side is the Chancellor, Princess Lena. What's happened? Is everything alright? The wind suddenly stopped, and now monsters have overrun the shrine. What about Father? The king went up to the top floor. He has yet to return. Something must have happened to him. The crystal's up on the top floor, right? Won't hurt to go up and take a look. Ferris, you're right. Come on. Alright, down here, you might notice our fellas are a little bit roughed up, and we didn't sleep at the inn. But thankfully, there's a healing jar right there. These guys have some things. The crystal amplification machine suddenly stopped responding. The crystal upstairs is controlled by a machine that amplifies its power. So the machine stopped responding, and the crystal broke. Well, we'll be able to figure it out on our way up there. Without a doubt. Alright, if you thought the enemies in the overworld so far have been easy, well guess what? You're right. And thankfully they're also easy in the Wind Shrine too. All of our guys are level 3 and hey! It's a thing. What is it? It is a consecrated circle, also known as a save point. Whenever you're on one of these, you're able to use tents or cottages later on, and of course, save the game. I've got 3 save slots here. You can save in one of them. I'll probably keep like 5 save slots on rotation, just so I have something to fall back on in case a recording fails. Let's go over to the right-hand path, and there's another leather cap, which I think Ferris can use. There we go, now we've got everyone all kitted out, and have a leather cap extra. Another white serpent, or a white snake. But are we dancing on the hood of its car? We're probably gonna want to get everyone to at least level 4 before we actually fight against the boss of this thing, and that boss is, like, coming up right now. There it is. Look at it, it's beautiful. Ooh, Mold Wind. We're evil. Look at us. But they still die in one hit. Alright, that's 2 of our men up to level 4, not counting the fact that one of them is a woman. Oh, I thought it said Lena, but... This room, you might think it would have something. But, no. You think it has something, but you're stupid and wrong. There's no hidden passages or anything like that. It's just a room. It's just a room. Ooh, a black goblin. Dies just as easy as a red goblin does. I think one more battle should get everyone up. Inside here, however, is another broadsword. So, Lena has the least offense right now. So let's double her attack power with that broadsword. Alright, I'd still feel comfortable about getting one more battle in. And this is actually perfect. And all these enemies are dying in one hit. There we go. Everyone's level 4. And... You know what? I'm gonna save the potions until we get hit. Alright, here's a bird. Big ol' bird. This guy's not playing around. This is... the Wing Raptor. Wing Raptor is our first boss. And honestly, isn't so bad of a boss, although it has an AoE attack, which is not great to get hit by. But we're already dealing some damage. Wing Raptor is your pretty typical start your ATB battles off kind of boss. Much like Mist Dragon before it and Ymir after it, it's going to shift between two forms as the fight goes on. If we attack it in this form, it's going to counterattack and it's not going to take very much damage, so we're just going to let it rock for a sec. And now that it's open, taking that time to heal ourselves. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, you might have noticed we didn't get anything from that boss fight. Bosses in this game don't give any experience points. But they do give something else later on. So, trust me, even though we didn't get experience points, we will get rewarded for our efforts. Just not against that guy because he's a chump. And inside the crystal room, we find the shattered remains of the crystal. It's shattered. What the? Courage, the essence of flame. So we're gonna see all the crystals. That one's blue, that one must be the water crystal. Devotion, the essence of water. Hope, the essence of earth. And the last part of the wind crystal. Passion, the essence of wind. What was that? What's happening? Feels warm. Are these the crystal's essences? No. Okay, I know this is a dramatic cutscene. I know that's his helmet, but it just looks like a goofy face with a beard. Father! Listen, and listen well. You are the chosen four, the warriors of light, bearers of the four crystal essences. Father, what do you mean? The wind crystal has already shattered. The other three crystals are in danger as well. You four must protect them. An evil presence is awakening. One that wishes to return everything to darkness. Father! Go forth, warriors of light, and save the crystals. Wait! No, Father! And hey, there's the shards of the crystals. And we've been powered up. They are crystal fragments, and stored within the power of warriors of legend. Knight, Monk, Blue Mage, Thief, Black Mage, and White Mage. Baby, we just got ourselves the job system. The crystal, it's lending us its power. I think it's time we got out of here. Lena. There should be a warp panel behind the altar that will take us outside. Alright, let's take that warp panel. Let's leave out for now. And now, it's gonna be time to talk about that job system, shall we? But first, our best friend Boko comes on in. He's a good boy. I don't know why it's so dim on my TV. Would you like an explanation about the crystal fragments and the job ability system? No, because I'm going to explain it anyway. But thank you, Boko. I don't know why it dims on my TV when he comes on and just walks like that. Maybe my TV's getting a little bit old. We've had it for like 20 years, so... Alright, it's time to get a job. And I'm sorry for Future Tales for having to do all the editing here. Let's talk about that job system. Final Fantasy V takes an awful lot from Final Fantasy III, including the job system, which is significantly modified, but still takes a lot of notes from 3. Right now, we've got 6 jobs to choose from: Knight, Monk, Thief, White Mage, Black Mage, and Blue Mage, alongside Freelancer. Like in Final Fantasy III, every job has a level. This level, however, is gained by getting ABP after battles, which all battles from now on will grant as long as we have a job. When a job levels up, you will impart different abilities, or gain different abilities that you can impart onto other jobs. So you can mix and match different abilities to create your party setup. Every job has innate abilities that are just theirs right off the bat, and most of the abilities, except for like one, can be given to other jobs. So you've got a ton of customization here. As for the jobs themselves, let's take a look at them. Knights are a tanky job, possessing high stamina and the ability to equip heavy armor, which makes them pretty unique among the wind jobs. They have 2 innate skills, Cover and Guard. Cover allows them to automatically intercept a physical attack that's aimed toward a weak ally, and Guard allows you to completely block physical damage while defending. Both of these can be combined to take a physical hit for an ally and then completely ignore it. Knights also have a unique passive ability that, while not innate to them, can be passed onto other jobs, two-handed, which allows for players to wield a weapon with 2 hands to double its attack power. Knights don't really possess anything that's a giant must-have, but they're generally a pretty strong and reliable job nonetheless. Having the ability to use heavy armor early on and use swords makes them expensive, but it also makes them quite powerful and defensively bulky. Monks have the highest strength and stamina modifiers of the entire game, but possess terrible magic and limited defense since they can only use light armor. Their main ability is Kick, which allows them to attack all enemies on the field and in most modern versions ignores the row system. Kick is also the only ability in the game that can't be inherited by any job, it's exclusive to Monk. Their other innate skill is Counter, which allows them to automatically counterattack against physical attacks 50% of the time. This can be combined with Defending or even the Knight's Guard command to block damage and then retaliate. Other than that, their main inheritable abilities are Focus, Chakra, and Barehanded. Focus allows you to take a bit of time to double the power of your next physical attack, which does work on Kick and even some later skills like Spellblade. Chakra heals you for a little bit and also removes the poison and blind effects, and Barehanded simply allows for another job to use the Monk's strength while barehanded. Monks are really good to master, since they have the highest stamina and strength modifiers to give to Freelancer. You're probably going to want to master it on all characters at least some point. Thieves are the fastest job in the game with the highest agility modifier, although their other stats are pretty weak. They have a lot of innate abilities that are mainly field utility, like Find Passages, Sprint, and Vigilance, which prevents back attacks. Their main draw in battle, however, is Steal, which has a 40% chance of stealing an item from an enemy. Steal is quite useful for getting more supplies, and later on, thieves can also use Mug, which allows them to attack an enemy while stealing. You're gonna want to have a thief around for certain boss fights that have some pretty rare equipment to steal. Other than that, thieves also have the ability of Scram that can be learned, which allows allies to escape more quickly from battle. Thieves are not the strongest combat job in the game, but they're not the weakest either. They can actually put out pretty decent damage output just based on their speed alone, and their field utility makes them pretty good early on if you don't know the game very well. Black Mages are masters of offensive magic, dealing high damage with the second highest magic modifier in the game. Their strength and stamina are weak, but their ability to deal widespread damage and target elemental weaknesses makes them very strong nonetheless. Their main ability is simply just using black magic, which can also be used by other jobs depending on the mastery level. Other than that, their mastery ability is pretty underwhelming at just MP plus 30%, which can be useful at some points, but it's not one of the stronger inheritable abilities. Black Mage's main role is dealing widespread damage, but there's not too much to talk about with them. They're just simply really good. Equip Black Mage, target the elemental weaknesses, and go nuts. White Mages have the opposite role of Black Mages. Instead of dealing damage, they heal instead. In comparison to Black Mages, they're faster and slightly more durable, but have a lower magic modifier. The White Magic Toolkit includes a lot of great supporting spells like Cure, Poisona, Protect, Shell, Raise, and Esuna, which makes the White Mage pretty much a must-have for a lot of different parties, and generally White Mage is just always good to have. Other than that, their mastery skill isn't particularly impressive as it's MP plus 10%, which isn't really that important or useful. It's a weaker version of Black Mages. They're a lot like Black Mage. There's not too much to talk about as far as inheritance, they're just simply really good. Always a good idea to have them. And finally, we have Blue Mage, which is a real oddball of a job. Blue Mages have a decent magic modifier and better physical stats than other mage jobs, and can equip light armors, which gives them overall better physical defense. Where they really shine is the ability to learn and use blue magic. In order to learn a blue magic spell, you just simply need to get hit by the appropriate spell and win the battle. It doesn't matter if the blue mage dies in the process. When a blue mage learns a spell, that spell is then learned by all party members, so anyone using the blue magic skill set can learn it, similar to other magic. Other than that, the blue mage's two abilities to inherit are Check and Scan, which both function pretty similarly. Check allows you to see an enemy's HP, and Scan is basically a free Libra spell. So they're not too useful, but they're not bad. Blue mages take quite a bit of investment in order to make strong, but they have some very unique abilities to use, and overall, when you actually start getting blue magic spells, they're one of the most fun jobs in the game. I'll probably be using Blue Mage and Thief later, but for now, this seems like a good setup. Let's just put our casters in the back row now that we've gotten that big ol' explanation out of the way. And hey, let's head back to... Or you know what? Should probably heal up first. Since we can just go into the Wind Shrine and... Oop. Actually, this is a good way to test our abilities. Watch this kick. Boom. That's some pretty good KO potential right there. And Lena's only going to get more and more powerful the higher level she is. Princess Lena, the wind is becoming weaker and weaker. So none of the NPCs really have anything super useful to say here, other than maybe that the amplification machine is causing the crystals to break. I mean, I just ducked back in there to get some health back. Now, we've got our options. The water crystal is in the town of Waltz, and in order to get to Waltz, we need to go through the Torna Canal. The problem is, though, the Torna Canal gate is locked due to monsters around. So we need to find that key. Now, where were we that we had somebody with a connection to the canal? I'll tell you where we were. We were in Tool. And hey, we can also get ourselves some more tools to help out on our quest. Ferris is going to be off drinking as usual, but might as well get some more weapons here. Or at least get a weapon for Galuf. Alright, we can get a rod, which is going to increase magic power, but it's less powerful than a knife. And a staff, which isn't going to increase magic power, but it's the only thing Galuf can equip right now. Didn't get as much gil in there as I thought. Actually though, I have a spare leather cap that I can sell. So let's sell the spare leather cap and the knife. And let's see what armors we can get. Anything particularly notable? No. Alright, well that was a wash. But, oh, that's actually enough to get me another spell, though. And the question is, do I want to get a spell that's offensive or defensive? I think I'm gonna go for an offensive spell. So I'm gonna grab Thunder here. And then we can get Blizzard, Libra, and Poisona later. Poisona. Purse owner. I love owning a purse. Alright, as you probably expected, go back to Zock's house and... Hey, he's here. Oh, Princess Lena. Zock, it is good to see you. You too. It's been a long time. Zock, I have a favor to ask. We need to pass through the Torna Canal so we can reach Waltz. I'm afraid it's much too dangerous. Ever since the Wind Crystal was destroyed, a foul beast has made the canal its lair. Moreover, I seem to have lost the key to the canal somewhere. I'm sorry I can't help with the key. Still, since you've come all this way, won't you at least stay the night? Wonderful! I'll show you to your room. Oh, it's a sleepover? Gonna be watching scary movies and eating lots of pizza. Drinking so much Dr. Pepper that it gives us diarrhea. That's why you drink water, kids. Like, don't drink too much soda, because it will give you the bad poops. Bartz, however, seems to be unable to sleep. Probably because he had the bad poops. The crystals. Now that I mention it, they're the reason, Dad. The crystals must be protected at any cost. Listen, Stella. If anything should happen to me, never tell Bartz about the crystals. They shouldn't be his burden to bear. Oh, darling, please don't say things like that. Father, I'll protect the crystals. I promise. Well, I know what I must do. What's the matter, Bartz? Nothing. I just was reminded of my folks. They died a while back, though. Here. Take it. Take what? The key to the canal. With it, you can open the gate and travel to Waltz. I was worried for Lena's safety, so I hid the key. Please, take care of her. Alright, everyone's well rested. It's time for us to blow this popsicle stand. Have a safe journey and take care of yourself. Oop, out of the way. Go down here and... Hey. Captain, wait up! Sorry, lads. I'm leaving you laggards behind. Captain! But why? You know we'd follow you to the ends of the earth. I know, and I thank you for it. But not this time. Captain! This smells of a long journey. While I'm gone, I need you louts to guard the hideout. We can't let anyone raid our booty. But Captain, how are we supposed to get back to the Pirates' Cove without the ship? I didn't think of that. Please. Aye aye, sir. Wind at your back, Captain. Godspeed. Aw, they formed a T for Tool. A T for Ferris. Alright. Let's get ourselves on the boat. For more story. Lena, what's wrong? The wind crystal is shattered. Right now, the wind has only slowed. But soon it will stop blowing completely. In a few years, the air will grow stagnant, and the birds won't have any place to fly. Father said that we have to protect the 3 remaining crystals. 3 crystals? The crystals of fire, water, and earth. If those were lost too, then what? At first, nothing would happen. But it wouldn't be very long before the earth began to decay. The seas would grow dirty, the rivers cease to flow, fires would lose their heat, and the world would turn dark and cold. It really would become an unlivable place. Guys, we've got to protect the crystals. Huh? Did something trigger any of your memories? Nope. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna help. Well said, old man. I'm coming along too. Besides, we still have to find Lena's father. King Tycoon, but he disappeared into thin air. He still lives. I feel it in my bones. Never for a moment believe otherwise. Bartz, will you come with us? Until now, I was just along for the ride. But things changed. The crystal shard, we were given the power to protect the world. The power of the wind crystal. That's it. I'm in. We've got some crystals to save. Sure enough, let's be off. That seems very unsafe, Galuf. Alright, with that, our only place left to go is the canal. And thankfully, we've got the key now, so... Ta-da! Bartz, where in tarnation did you get the key? Doesn't matter. Let's get going. Should have made him a thief for that, but oh well. Alright. The Torna Canal! Another dungeon. A pretty easy one. But we're introduced to some lovely aquatic foes with which to test our punches, kicks, and swords. You'll notice these guys don't go down for one hit. They require a little bit more finagling. I also forgot to equip that staff onto Galuf. I'll do that right now. There we go. Now you've got some power. Encounter few enemies. I saw the battle back before it actually faded in. Did you guys notice that? I'm curious. Hang on, I gotta get into another battle. Yeah, you see it before it fades in. Huh. That is kinda weird. It's very weird, actually. Oh well. Kick a squid to death. Get some levels going. We're gonna want to get our job levels up now so we can start imparting skills. Going down here through the canal. And a whirlpool appears. Hey, what's that? Oh no, the monster of the canal. Thundering typhoons. The rudder's not responding. We better figure out something fast. Wow. English. Because we're getting sucked in. Let's figure it out. You know what I think? I think we better think of something. Good thinking. And unfortunately, Sildra's not liking this. Sildra, what's wrong? Look alive, something's coming. Boss fight number 2, Karlabos. Everyone's favorite boss fight. Karlabos honestly isn't so bad of a boss fight. You can pretty much roast him with thunder. The only problems are he has an attack called Feeler, which paralyzes a party member, and paralysis this early in the game is very rude. But he also has an attack called Tail Screw, which will reduce a party member's HP to a single digit. Which is also very rude. Thankfully, however, Karlabos is dumb. And we can just punch this fight to death. This big old lobster? Well, the fight's actually pretty shrimple. And from that, we are given 5 ability points. So we're almost to our first level up for each one. Unfortunately, however, things are going to be a little bit more stressful. The boat managed to get out, but... Sildra! I'm sure she's okay. She's a fighter, and you know it. Sildra! Let me go. Unhand me. Sildra! That red flash does not look like she's okay. Poor Sildra. And poor us, because now we don't have a force to pull the boat along. How's Ferris? As well as can be expected, we should leave him be. The ship is just drifting with the current. Wonder where we'll end up. Ferris, Sildra is... Surely Sildra is still alive out there somewhere. And with that, the ship sails across the ocean, drifting slowly. Eventually it'll be picked up by something. But where will it go? The answer to where it'll go is hell! Welcome to hell, everyone! Ooh. Well, it's not quite hell. It's the ship graveyard. Where are we? The graveyard of the sea. A gathering place for abandoned and scuttled ships. And a nest for the undead. Urgh. All the more reason to hot-foot it out of here. You said it. But I think we'll probably be doing most of our hot-footing in the next episode, because I'm looking at my recording and... Oh, never mind, here's a skeleton. Hi, skeleton. What's your name? Her name is... Jeffrey McBones. I think that's a good name for a skeleton. As mentioned before, this dungeon's gonna feature a lot of undead enemies. We've gotta fight them to get out of here. Over here, in case your party has taken some damage... Hey, there's a bed. You can actually rest a while, and Galuf's the only person that gets in bed. I wonder actually if it switches depending on, like, who's in the third slot. Hang on. Nope, it's just always Galuf. Okay. Everyone gives the old man the bed, and no one else gets the bed. Alright, fair enough. But we don't have a save point. Keep exploring until we get a save point, or just leave the dungeon for the next episode? I think I'm gonna leave the dungeon for the next episode. So, in the next episode, we'll be going through the ship graveyard and seeing if we can escape in one piece. No, not like that. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button that says, hey, I liked this video. It helps me fight against the horrible undead monstrosity that is the Dread Pirate algorithm. Yarr.